Hey guys, Nick from Deathlight Reviews, back with another video. We're going to try something a little bit different, kind of taking inspiration from Marty Worm, who's just finished up his series of this. I'm going to do some non-metal records for you. If you guys like that and want to see more, I can always dig back in the vaults and show you more, because I have plenty of those to show, because wasn't always in the metal, as I'm sure most people aren't. What we're listening to in the background, this is something I saw on my Discogs that I had and hadn't listened to in a while. That would be Winter of Apocalypse with Solitary Winter Night. Good stuff. Came out on Moribund Records in, I do not know what year. Oh, 2004. Don't know too much about this band other than that it's really good and it's fitting my mood for what I've been wanting to listen to the past few days. So that's what we're going to be jamming. A lot of what I'm showing I don't think you can get unless you really, really look. A lot of it's local and all on the same label, except for this first album that I don't know how common it is. That'd be Joe Walsh, There Goes the Neighborhood. I love this album cover. It's amazing. It's also an amazing album. Joe Walsh, for those of you who don't know, was in a band called the Eagles. He is an amazing, amazing guitarist. Not one of the best singers, but the riffing on this album is amazing. Lyric sheet, finals is black. All of this is black, so I'm not going to show you that. Really neat picture of him on the back, and that is split as all crap. Can you not see that? Yeah. This is really, really great 70s rock. It's absolutely incredible. I remember I picked this up at our local record store, like I'd say maybe 4 years ago, and I only picked it up based on the cover. And I wound up later going to see Joe Walsh that year, but yeah, really, really good stuff. Next up, this is kind of close to metal. I'm gonna get these two out. I'll do those last. This next album is a friend. Sorry, spending stuff on there. This next album is a friend's band called Maximum Effort. I believe I've talked about them before. They're kind of in lines of like Dead Kennedys. So Jason Hook, if you're watching this, check this out. You will dig it. It's like Dead Kennedys if Jello Biafra sang. Black vinyl. Put out, I don't know what year, but I know it's on Big Muddy Records, which is our local indie label. Really cool insert, a bunch of lyrics and whatnot. This is really, really good stuff. I actually forgot I had this for a minute before I was preparing for tonight's video. I had to put this on just to brush up on it. Yeah, Maximum Effort, and I believe this is self-titled. Oh, Money. The album is called Money, Lies, Media, and Media Reels. Maximum Effort rules. Check them out. I think they have another album out after this. I'm not sure. Yeah, check this out. It's awesome. And now, changing gears completely. This I know you cannot get anymore because they stopped printing them. That'd be Rum Drum Ramblers with Mean Scene. These guys are amazing. It's a trio. Ryan here has played with bands like Pokey Lafarge, if you've heard of them. Rum Drum Ramblers is kind of like 1930s post-war blues, post-war jump blues. It's really, really catchy stuff. Even if you're not a fan of blues, check them out. They're just so much fun. I don't think there's anything special with this. Yeah, no, just a plain white sleeve. Yeah, super good stuff. Also, the guitarist here is my guitar teacher, and I've played that guitar that he's holding. Just a fun random fact. Let's see, what do we do next? Do that. I need a drink, sorry. Also, I forgot how good this Winter of Apocalypse was. I haven't listened to this in a hot minute. Next up is the Hoot and Hollers with their self-titled album. This came out in 2017. Posters from the album release show. But this, I don't really know how to describe the Hoot and Hollers, other than that it's really good. They are a trio. There is no bass. It's guitar, drums, and baritone saxophone. I guess you could say it's kind of like punky rockabilly-ish. I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, really good stuff. The singer, John, is amazing. He kind of sounds like if Louis Armstrong was white. If that makes any sense at all. Yeah, really fun stuff. I know you can get a copy of this if you go to the Hoot and Hollers website. Also, Big Muddy release. All this stuff from here out is Big Muddy. Yeah, this is really good. Also, the artwork totally looks like a power metal album, but it's not. It's really good, though. Definitely worth your money. Should we keep it? We're going to keep it country. These next three albums are country. Yes, I listen to country, but this is good country. This isn't pop country at all. Ryan Koenig, who plays in Rum Drum Ramblers and Pokey. This is his solo album. I believe this also is a 2017 release. All original songs. Ryan is easily one of my favorite songwriters of all time. He's an amazingly talented musician and lyricist. I'm only not showing you the vinyls because they're all black. And we all know what a black vinyl looks like, so you don't need to see that. But yeah, this is a 2017 release. There's not a bad song on here. Also, how classy does he look in that picture? But yeah, good stuff. Ryan Koenig, check it out. Get into it. Next up, another super talented fellow, Mr. Jack Dorelli. He kind of his music's hard to explain. He's not the best. I don't mean this as a detriment to him at all. He's not the best singer, but his voice works really well with his style. He's kind of more lyrically driven. He tells really great stories with his lyrics. As you can see, there's a lot of them. What to compare him to? Really, he's kind of his own thing in terms of sound. I guess. Really the closest thing you might have heard would be kind of like a Merle Haggard style song with Willie Nelson singing. If that makes any sense to anyone. But yeah, this is really good stuff. Actually, the next album I'm talking about is an older Jack Dorelli release. That was on Big Money. So is this. This is back with his band, the Johnson Family. This came out in 2012. I don't know that there's anything. Yeah, here we go. This inserts beat to crap. Sorry, I've had this forever. But there's the Johnson Family. Ryan and Kelly. Oh, yeah. Ryan, that was his last album over there. Ryan and Kelly are married now. You don't care about that, I guarantee. But really, really good stuff. Amazing, amazing songs. This song is slightly less serious than Got Dressed Up to Be Let Down. And songs like Darlin' are just hilarious. And then songs like Blind Dog, which opens the album, are great. And there's not a bad thing on here. Check it out if you can find a copy of this, which I highly doubt you can anymore. Alright, so we're down to the last two albums, and I saved these for last because these are very sentimental to me. Let's talk about this one first. I'm talking about this band, the Dinosaurs, and we're talking about this guy here, Bob Reuter. He was, I say was because unfortunately he's passed. He was an amazingly talented musician, great lyricist, great instrumentalist. Not really, in the Dinosaurs he was a much better vocalist than in his later band. But the Dinosaurs was kind of St. Louis's first punk band. I think you can still get copies of this. If not, it's up on Spotify. And I highly, highly recommend this. It's just really great stuff. The insert is amazing. It's all photos of the Dinosaurs playing. And then the inside's a nice little write-up about Bob and his legacy. Because Bob and Frankie, the guitarist, are two of the most infamous, I guess, characters in the St. Louis music scene. Both of them are unfortunately passed. Both of them died in extremely tragic ways that I'm not going to talk about. But yeah, the Dinosaurs, check it out. If you can get your hands on a copy of this, I highly, highly recommend it. Songs like It Might Be Rose, Behind Enemy Lines, Rock and Roll Moron, it's just so good. And this album really shouldn't even exist. They were able to save the recordings from reel-to-reel tapes that they found in Bob's stuff that were all corroded, and they sent them off to someone to have them restored. And it's just amazing to be holding this. It really is. And so this last one is kind of emotional. I gotta pull out this bit because it is signed. I got this signed right before Bob passed. I'm gonna talk real briefly about this, just because it's a lot. So this band, his last band, Alley Ghost, was a collective. It was Bob and a collective of young local musicians who this got trash. There's an older Bob. Alley Ghost was a collective of young musicians. They never intended to write new songs. Their whole thing was to get Bob out because he wasn't doing anything, and to play his old songs that he had written. Because Bob had been involved in music since the 60s. And this came out in 2013. And it's just amazing. Songs like Berta, Billy Brown, Ice Cream Man, St. Louis. And it's just amazing. If you ever see this, just get it and give it a spin. It's great. It's amazing. Bob was he is a treasure in the St. Louis music scene, and his music should be known everywhere. And we try to spread the music of Bob because it was amazing stuff, so forward thinking, and so ahead of its time. And we lost Bob too soon. I'm gonna stop being a downer. that's all the music I got for you in this video. So for those of you that tuned into last night's live stream, we had a great time. Thank you for being there. We plan to keep going forward with that. Hopefully what's going to happen is we're going to host on different channels. I'll probably be hosting again this weekend just till we get things running and more people joining in the stream. Same time, 8 o'clock Saturday. We'll go as long as we can. Won't be anything too crazy long. But yeah, see you in the